All right, man. Finna get ready to get this thing popping.
All right.
Bro, please.
Oh, we lit this morning. We lit this morning. Polynesian style. Y'all ask me who's the most lit coach out here. Well, you just got your answer.
Coach Salvador lit up right now. Check that out. Coach lit. Check Coach out, man. Coach lit, man. Coach ain't playing with y'all today, man.
For the war and the fucking fight.
Oh,
let's go to war.
But we lit this morning.
Gotta check it out, man. This King
lit this morning.
Bill 5 dropped the day.
Polynesian style.
King Bill 5 dropped the day for the number Coach lit.
Y'all ask me who's the most lit coach out here. Well, you just got your answer.
Welcome to South Florida.
Well, first we got out here. This is. I want to get a real good look at Big Daryl Jackson. You know what I'm saying? We're here in the D line has made up a lot of grounds. I want to put my money in on Mesidor. I think Mesidor will eventually lead us in stacks. But the one that's coming up is Najee Kelly. Najee Kelly name is being mentioned a lot. There's his counterpart, Cyrus Moss, out of Vegas, who we believe one day will be our future at defensive end, him and Najee Kelly. But Najee Kelly may be our present. Kid is special. Talked to his mom, and his mom just looked at me and said, I told y'all, my son was number one defensive end in the nation. She said, I tried to tell y'all. Well, the way he's coming off the edge now, she might have a point. Last year's defensive class in South Florida was off the charts with Shamar, Angelique. Then we had the kid out of American Heritage. Put his name in the comment section. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. We had Keanu Jackson out of Summer. And we landed Angelique and was really, really close to landing Shamar Stewart. But it seemed as if we got us one. A baller. Great baller. Out of Dillard High. He's a Panther. Najee Kelly with the great Jason Taylor right next to him. They couldn't have went any better.
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any fancy editing software. With Doodly, you drag, you drop, you tweak some settings, and boom, video done. It'll take you just a few minutes. So, let's hear from the Doodly creator, Brad, to see why Doodly is so easy to use and why you should grab this offer right now.
Hi, I'm Brad Callen, and in this video, I'm going to show you how anyone can quickly and easily create doodle videos, just like the one you're watching right now, using Doodly. Alright, here I am inside the Doodly software, which is available for Mac and PC. You'll notice that you can choose the style of your video, selecting from whiteboard, blackboard, greenboard, glassboard, and for more advanced users, you can even use a green screen background, giving you lots of control over the video style. In this example, let's create a nice looking whiteboard doodle video. You'll notice that Doodly makes it super easy to create your own doodle videos with done-for-you scenes, hundreds of characters, a huge selection of props and images, royalty-free music, and even text. And for the ultimate in customization, you can even upload your own images, fonts, props, and music. Now to create a doodle video, it's really simple. First, I'll add a headline to get people's attention, then
Wherever he at, I don't see him. We're looking at Big Daryl Jackson out of Maryland. First scrimmage went down Saturday night, and we're hearing that the D-line is really.
All right, man, y'all let us know where y'all from in the comment section below, man. Let us know where y'all from in the comment section.
3 deep, actually 3 deep. You got 1
deep. Like, share.
You can actually go 1 C. Because we brought in, I think, like 5 defensive lineman transfers.
Yeah.
Included with the freshmen. and
like,
they're gonna rotate.
share.
Right.
So that's why you say 1A, 1B, 1C. It'll be a rotation.
But
Everybody's really
popping, man. I
start
got
like
excellent back with me.
So
I
that's
got
playing
Rich
by how
in the
many
back with
bodies?
me. Rich
up
want to know what I'm
to
doing.
9 to 10.
9 to 10.
Yeah.
When you look at Leonard Taylor,
What
man,
y'all
Leonard
looking at
Taylor
is
has, you right. Leonard Taylor has put on a lot of
Experience
muscle.
5. It dropped today. Dropped today for the members. Caneville Experience 5. Got some information on there. The recruiting talk. We kind of talked about Bobby Washington on that one. So that's Caneville 5. We dropped it today for the members. So we got X in X. You in the chat too? X in the back end of the chat doing double duty. But yeah, that's Caneville Experience 5. We dropped for the members. If you want to become a member, it's in the comment section. It's in the comment section. Not the comment section, the description. It's in the description. Let's see.
So like, there's not a lot of fat on Leonard Taylor.
Like you got
Yeah.
1 second. All right, so let's do it like this. We got 50 in here, man. Y'all hit the like button. See if we can get 40 likes. It's what, Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. Got Ocala in here. Ocala, Culpepper from Ocala. You know Culpepper. Dante Culpepper is from Ocala, isn't he? That's your cousin, huh? That's your big head cousin, huh? Isn't it? All right, man, let's get this thing going. Let's see if we can get this thing up to 100 before we get popping.
Chance to get James.
Definitely do have a chance.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
When you on the field, is it pregame? Like, is it ever? Are you ever afraid? Does you ever feel fear, or do you ever feel pressure?
Nervous.
You ever feel pressure?
Not one bit.
None of that.
No.
Who's been your tough defender? Like, who's guarded you the tough?
Yeah, who's the toughest person to play?
I don't see nobody.
I knew this.
Nobody.
Man. He was gonna give us the damn hood.
That's what I'm for. I'm a playmaker. I love receiving. I love to catch the ball. I love to go over people's head.
Yeah.
So I just got to do what I do.
University of Miami. They land you, and then they land the number one. We call him football player, number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how that's gonna work, or?
Well, I feel like me and James two different safeties.
Uh huh.
And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like you couldn't say like in the box, but like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more of the free safety. So I already know in practice that's gonna just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's gonna be easy.
That's what's
So I
up.
know we go hand in hand because it's like we the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're gonna he can feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety, then I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we just gonna make each other better.
Yeah, James played free safety. He wanted to play free safety. He was big on that. But James will never be back at free safety. James be closer to the line than linebacker sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's his.
That's just him
yeah.
helping his team win.
That's his chess. Yeah, that's it. That's him playing chess with the team. I told him
Yeah.
to get. I covered James since he was that big, bro. I've known him all his life.
I just feel like every time it's just man on man. If he wins the battle, then that goes to play. He doesn't break on the run, or if this person like doesn't take that step, or certain things. I feel like you beat your man every play,
Right.
you got the best chance to stop any team or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star. Lean loyalty. 6'12", 276 pounds.
Yeah. And like after that, I just started going crazy. Tackles after tackles.
Yeah, the first play was like a tackle for loss for like 6.
Yeah.
No, they didn't touch you. Like,
Yeah, like they did.
explain to me, dog. Like, what is that about? Like, how do they not? You 6'5", 300 pounds. Is it something? Is it a swim move or something you do? Like, they don't see you? You're teleporting? What's going on?
I'm too fast for a long.
They don't realize you that fast when the game starts. Like,
I'm gonna be the best player on the field. Like, I just gotta show the world. Like, I'm the true 50. I'm the next 56 up. The next. I'm gonna just go crazy this year. Like, show people like, wow, at 56. Like, show them like, I want to take care of my mom. I want to put in a big house, stupid cars, big pool in the backyard. Put on for my brothers, my nieces and nephews, like coaches. I think all of them boys for like having me here at this like position that I'm in now, cause like it took hard work and dedication. Without all of them to guide me in the right path, I wouldn't be here today. So I think all of them for like helping me out. Like, yeah.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what shit.
Big time players step up in big game. All the criticizing and all that is over, baby. Big time players step up in big game.
Alright, we got up to a whopping 54 people. What's good, man? I'm D. I'm in this thing, man. We about to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. What's going on? First thing first, 786-405-9499. 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, the link is in the comment section. There's also a link in there for one-on-one if you need one-on-one sessions. We've added that. So there's also a link in there for that and some other stuff. Trying to grow the thing, man. See what people need and try to help them out. That's what we're trying to do. Got X and Rich in the back. Gonna bring them boys in here in a second. Well, let's get this thing popping. The link is already, I'm ahead of the game today. The link is already pinned to the top. I'm gonna get Nick Saban ugly face from in the back. No Nick Saban. But yeah, 786-405. For you guys who don't know what it is, I got the season is starting. So Investor Die is where we have a Discord. We do plays. We're in there now. We're in active play. Well, we're in a lot of plays. We do active plays. You can watch us trade and just make it easy. You can watch us trade and copy of it on you. You can read all the information on there. We talk about cryptos, talking about NFTs, make money when the stocks go up and when they go down. Why do I talk about stocks in football? Because I figure my community run fast enough. We jump high enough. We don't know a damn thing about money. So I'm going to start talking about it because we need both. Too many players make it, actually get there and realize, holy shit, I don't know anything about money. And I need somebody to help me manage it. And then boom, Liechtenstein, take his money. Why did I say Liechtenstein? Liechtenstein D lineman, right? Why did I say Liechtenstein? Liechtenstein. So we created IOD Squad, and I'll let y'all see it for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it in here. Let me see. I'm gonna let y'all take a look at it at Discord. Let's see. Real fast, let y'all see some of the. This is where all the plays are written, and I guess if you look back, you can see the girls dancing. That means we won. We're 100% on Baba, and we got a section in here where it shows what people are winning. Airborne been doing all the money making lately. Let's see, crypto talk. Let's see. We have a section here where we post the gains. Post your gains. Airborne's been killing it lately. Airborne's been a nice addition to the platform. He's been killing it lately. What he did, he He had 92% on that day. I know some of y'all don't understand how percentages of money work. He's been killing it lately. I think this is somebody went 200% on Baba. Look, Elgin went 153% on Uber. 435% on Uber. I mean, if you had $100, you walked away with $400. These are all of the gains that we have, and for people who take the time to post the gains, $1,000. Shout out to Rico being there a lot. $1,000, $1,800 for Rico, and this is in the day now. This is in the day. That's what he walked away with that day. So yeah, man, IOD squad, man, investor die. I've been talking about it. It's real. We're in there every day. While y'all home watching P Valley, we getting money. Now listen, man, I'm gonna put my boy X in here. I'm gonna put my boy Rich in here. Rich just got his doctorate degree. Can I tell the school, Rich? Yes or no? Don't tell him. No. Huh? I don't think he got his doctorate. I think he got his master. What you got, Rich? You got your master's? Yeah. What you got?
I got the master's.
You got your master's?
Mm-hmm.
He got his master's. And X just got his goddamn bachelor's from Tootsie's. X, show the people your Tootsie's bachelor's. You motherfucking, you just got dang, you got dang go, what is called? The dang go, Rich, what they gave you? A plaque? A tassel?
All of the above, which that stuff should be coming in the mail here soon. So
Rich was walking across stage like goddamn James from Good Time. What the dude? That wasn't James. Who used to walk like that? James used to be like Dynamite. You should have saw Rich walking across that stage. Goddamn motherfucker, I cheated my way all the way through this motherfucker.
Man, I learned.
Do my paper.com. What?
I learned some pretty neat stats. It's less than 15% of people in the U.S. that has their masters, and it's less than 5% of people that have their PhD. So that was interesting.
That boy in rare air.
Yeah, and it was good to represent for our people as well. So it was a bunch of Asian folks, bunch of Indian folks,
Yeah.
and then had to sprinkle some chocolate in there. So
right. Right. X was good, bro.
Nothing chilling. What's up?
We had a Eve cameo last night, man. She woke up from the night of the living dead, and she jumped in. She jumped in here, man. We finally got in here, bro.
I see y'all had it last night.
Yeah, she finally jumped in here for a second. And that was on last night morning, bro. So, so what's going on, X, man? Listen, I posted. Well, quick. We're gonna get started with some recruiting talk. We'll start with some recruiting talk real fast. Everybody asking about Bobby Washington is on the Caneville Experience 5. We talked about it already, but this is what I want to say. I'm gonna do it like this. Let's check out we playing poker, right? X. We playing poker. Bobby Washington. Are they? I don't even know the poker words. I don't even know how to play poker. But are they faking or are they real? Are they trying to get you in the throw?
You mean bluffing?
Are they bluffing or are they real?
I mean,
you had to take a guess, huh?
I don't even know where that stuff come from.
No.
Yeah,
so
I mean, people been asking me about it, and I'm like, man, I don't pay attention to stuff.
So you think it's bluffing? So you think it's not even real? It got to come from somewhere though. Like it ain't just. It got a school attached to it and all.
I think the father is the one really doing all the talking about that. I don't think it's the kids. It's the father really doing all the talking.
So you think the kids and the father won't be on the same page? What you saying?
No, I'm not saying they're not on the same page. I'm just saying that the father is the one The kids not making none of that noise. The kids are perfectly happy with you. It's the father.
Are they?
Well, hey, hold on. What's up with these NIL stuff that's going on? We want to play ball too. So.
Right. So, are they bluffing or is it real? So you think it's a bluff? You just think it's a smokescreen?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Nah. Bobby and Robbie. They love you. That's where they want to be.
Yeah. Rich, what you think? You think it's a bluff, or you think it's just a? You think we're gonna be looking at it and we're gonna have a decommit here soon?
I mean, we seen the tweet from Bobby Senior. I mean, like 2 months ago now.
Right.
So it's a great headline to write about.
Right.
I just think that those guys are kind of like cornerstone guys, kind of like the Duke Johnsons of the world, where no matter how the team is doing, this is the team that they want to play for. This is home team, and they get it. They, they see what Mario's doing. It's not too, even though it might be a couple of years before you win a national championship, it's not going to be too far off where you see guys that are drafted highly based on coming out of University of Miami again. So it's money to be made in Miami, first and foremost, but it's also the opportunity to get to the league is going to get back to where it was here very shortly. So from a paper perspective, why worry about the paper? Go where your heart is at.
Yeah.
You say go where your heart is at. Go ahead, X.
Yeah. Like I said, the dad, he's the one who did that, put out the tweet. Because he don't know. I don't think he really fully understood the NIL situation.
Right.
It has to be explained to him that kids in the state of Florida can't get paid until they sign and go to college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not mad at how, if the dad say, hey, let's jump into this NIL. I'm not mad because they have every right to look for money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I talked to, I'm not going to say who I talked to on Saturday, but I talked to them Saturday when somebody sent that to me. And I was like, huh? So I got on the phone instantly and called and talked, and he started laughing. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, what? He's like, man, they sitting right here next to me. He's like, where's this news coming from? And I like, man, I don't know, man. Twitter get things all the time. People sending me stuff, and I don't pay attention to it. But I'm like, man, you know what? Let me call to see if it's real smoke. But he instantly started laughing as soon as he got on the phone. I told him that. So,
who this was dead?
No. This was somebody that's with them like almost every day. I talked to him. I ain't talked to the dad yet.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Yeah. So everybody's asking about that, bro. I had some people start talking. Oh man, listen, man, we going out the bigger fish and all of this crazy stuff. Listen, Robbie Washington, Robbie Washington's guy. He's goddamn player.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them are guys.
Bobby, I can't say I've seen Bobby play, but I know I've seen Robbie in action. You know what I'm saying? Well, we saw Bobby last year versus Central, right?
Yeah, I seen Bobby versus Central. I seen Bobby versus who else that was? That was it Columbus? I think it was Columbus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yeah. Bobby, listen, the three linebacker commits we have, Bobby the fastest out of all three. And he might be the fastest out of all the commits, like literally. So I don't know. And then Robbie, when Robbie get the ball in his hands, it's probably one playmaker in South Florida that's equal or better than Robbie Washington. That's Ray. So
that's Ray, and we got him too.
Yeah, so I don't know what people talk about bigger. What you mean bigger? Are you talking about just bigger receiver? Okay, say that. Don't say bigger fish because it it ain't too many.
Right.
Right.
Unless you was talking about, no, yeah, it ain't too many. We talking about playmakers with the ball in their hand. That's it, you know. So, but
Yeah. Go ahead.
it is what it is. It's Twitter. You know, being in media business for some years, you know, people can spark up situations that just aren't there. Who knows? I don't know where it came from, but who knows what, you know, what was the reason? I don't know.
Yesterday I asked Cam Kitchens about about Tiger. I wanted him to elaborate, but I guess I didn't ask the question good enough to just elaborate on how good Tiger is and how he's being treated in the recruiting thing. And
that's quarterback in Florida.
Right, that's what I said. And he's like, "That's 5, that's my guy," but he didn't really get in. They've been coached up really, really well, man, to answer those questions. They're not. Yeah, that's why I just started asking about high school, because they've been coached up really, really well to be on some like NFL, on some NFL. Don't ask me about my players. All my teammates balling. We all get along. We all get.
I noticed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like don't even. So it's like, yeah. I mean, so all right, man. Let's talk about something else. And then every now and then, I like Caleb Johnson was a little more open. He seemed like he didn't go to all the classes. He didn't get all the training, and he had a little more. He was a little more colorful. He had a little more to say. I don't think he got all the training.
No, he did come. He did come late during the summer. He wasn't there for spring and the beginning of the summer. So
right. So he was a breath of fresh air when it come to asking questions and actually talking and saying some things. He actually did say something. Actually, I was wrong. He's a lot taller than I thought he was. I don't know why he looked so short that day in the scrimmage. Yeah, he's a little taller than I thought he was. And I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure why. He looked that day. He looked smaller than Keontra Smith that day. He really did. And I'm not. X was standing right next to me. He saw the same thing. Looked a little smaller.
Maybe it was the sun had us feeling losing or something, man. But nah, yeah, he looked like a lot smaller than Keontra, but he's obviously
He did. And we were standing maybe 30 yards away from him. So we got a Romello Brinson right here in front of us, right? Take a nice look at Romello Brinson. Romello, when he's on the field, he looks really small. We say he thought he lost a lot of weight. How much they have him weigh in? X, do you know how much they got him at?
I didn't look at the roster. I mean, I don't have the roster, but I think they had him listed at like 180 something.
180?
Yeah.
Romello, if you look at his body, Rich, look at him. He looks wiry. How Twan explained it was wiry. In person, he looks a lot smaller than everybody. He looks skinnier, but he's standing next to a lot of built guys. That's how basketball is sometimes. You see Allen Iverson next to the Giants, and you think Allen Iverson is 5'9", until you see Allen Iverson in your face, and you realize he's what, 6'2", 6.
Yeah, he about 6'1".
6'1", right? So I got on the phone and I called. I called Philly Buchanan. I say, Phil, I'm gonna see some pictures in the video. Look at Romello. Is it possible that he can be a dog and play at this weight, or he can be doing everything he can and just can't put on weight? Like, is this a problem? And I'm gonna tell y'all what he said after. But Rich, what do you see when you see Romello?
Between now and then, I'll say that he's always going to be that wiry frame, chiseled guy. That doesn't mean that he's not strong. If you have that frame, it's important for your core to be really, really strong, because you want to be able to take hits and you want to be able to recover from injury. So your core's got to be strong, and you just have to continue to. If you're a guy like that, the one thing to understand too is that if you bulk up too much, all the other physical attributes that you have, you're not going to be able to use them at the best of your ability because you're not that type of frame.
Right.
So it's almost better for you to, if you're going to put on weight, put on smart weight and put on, muscle, gain muscle, because you could always do that, and make sure you control it, because what makes you the athlete that you are, the rare athlete that you are, is that frame that you have. Like you might have some guys who are, like we always say, Brashard is like a running back, more so than even Cheney. I'm not Cheney.
Right. Rooster.
Rooster. Well, that
Right.
may be the case, and he might be a guy who he's 5'10", right?
Right.
Yeah, he's 5'10". He might be a guy who's 5'10" and can play at 205 and still have that same speed, still have that same explosiveness, because that's just genetically how he's built.
Right.
So that with every single, that's the neat thing about football and why I like it so much, because every genetic build you can possibly think of, whether you're ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, there's a position for you on the field.
What are you talking? What are mesomorph, regomorph? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Like, here you go. He want to use his Penn State motherfucking words on us, dog. Like, what are we talking about here, dog?
Basically, if you're one of somebody who has a fat frame, who you put on weight easily, like you see the Samoans, right? They put on weight easily, right?
Right.
With that attribute comes you're gonna get in the weight room, and all you have to do is smell the weight room, and you're gonna put on muscle too. But you put on weight a lot easy. Those are your linemen. Those are guys who is blocking, in the trenches. Then you got your guys that are wiry, like a Romello, who, and like a Rooster, who you won't see them bulk up or have big wide shoulders, but the way that you could tell they're getting stronger is by how cut they are, right? So
Right.
you're going to see a lot more definition in their cuts. You're going to see more veins popping out. Just like I heard somebody say, Michael Redding has veins from his toe all the, yeah, it was, Luke on a Twitter stream. He was like, man, if you see Redding, he probably have veins in his toes, right?
Right.
That's his type of frame. Then you're gonna have the running back frame, which is a combination, right? Where you bulk up easily, but in bulking up, you maintain your speed, you maintain your quickness, and it almost is better to bulk up, and you might get faster by bulking up, right? Or you might be more explosive. And those are gonna be like, you look at Citizen. Citizen is that exact body type. Who else? Cheney is that exact body. He's the ideal running back, right? Because you could if you need him to be 225 pounds, he can be 225 pounds and still do what he got to do and still be explosive. Same thing with Citizen. Same thing with we don't even have to say that Thad. Shoot, that is he take that to a whole different level. He could be 250 pounds and still be straight. So and those are like your bodybuilder type guys, right? So that's what I mean by those three body types. Sorry, I just got to be the masters. You know what I'm saying? So I had to throw some lecturing in there real quick. My
Chris
bad.
Young said you started talking about the Morphin Mighty Rangers. Shout out to Sean Rounds, man. Sean Rounds is back, man. Our title sponsor, Sean Rounds, man. Sean Rounds sell, I don't know what you sell, Sean Rounds. Cartoon socks or something, man. Shout out to Sean Rounds with the 1999, man. Sean Rounds ain't donate last night, X. Sean Rounds ain't all for the Eve party, man. Sean don't like the Eve party, man.
It's cool. It's not everybody forte.
So listen, got another guy, man. So So, X, what do you think? Here's the guy. I'm gonna show you. X, what do you think about Romelo and his size? Are you afraid for him on the field? Like,
Nah, Romelo not the only skinny player that ever played football.
okay.
So I just think, he could by the time he get ready to leave, he should be about like 190. 190 is an excellent size for 6'2", 190. That's perfect size for a receiver. So man, football players are football players. It don't matter all that they too small or they too skinny. Devontae Smith was skinny and he played football good.
Right. That's why I just put up the picture. And I went to check his Wikipedia. They say that this man is 170 pounds today.
Yeah, he's still small right now.
Yeah.
So like I said, I talked to Philip Buchanan, and Philip Buchanan said, listen, bro, you got some guys that live in the weight room. I mean, that's their thing. They live in the weight room. They eat right. And then you got some guys, man, that are just dogs, man. They're just dogs. They play football. And size don't have anything to do with it. That's kind of how he felt about the situation. He like, yeah, size don't have anything to do with it. If the guys are football players, what's in his heart is what's in his heart and his effort. You know what I'm saying? How fast is Melo is a question. X, how fast you think Melo is?
Melo was listed as a 4.5 guy.
4.5 and 40?
Yeah.
That's decent enough.
And I think he'll probably end up getting faster. Once they have a total full year of off, of conditioning with the strength coach and stuff like that. They hired a speed specialist. They got like a speed thing to some speed gadget stuff in the NFL.
Yeah.
So Mario is doing everything. If you know what Bama was doing, Bama did all this stuff to enhance their players. You know what I'm saying? So Mario is doing the same exact thing. And once they get like full years into things like that, you'll start to see the difference, especially on the bodies and how fast kids are, how fast kids heal and get back. Like, we've been plagued over the years with once a kid get hurt, it almost be like, dang, his career over or something like that. Like, then we had a stretch of like 4 years, 4 or 5 years in a row that we lost a kid football career because he got injured, and we like, how does that happen? UM supposed to be a medical school, you know what I'm saying? So that just ain't
right.
But hey, it is what it is, man.
Shout out to Miami Flow. Miami Flow said Tutu Atwell was, and he killed everybody. Tutu Atwell got to college and basically said, nope, still ain't lifting weights. And they thought it was going to be a problem. And then I just saw right now, he's killing it at the Rams. He's back healthy again. Yeah. He's killing it at the Rams. We had this
a real option for them, too.
He had this little chart put up, man. Most first-round draft picks since 2000. You got Alabama, 43, Ohio State, 37, Miami at 32, and Georgia at 27, Florida at 26. The last time we had somebody drafted in the first round.
A year ago when you had Phillips and
Phillips and then Phillips and the two defense ends, right? Before that, who we had before
that? It was David Njoku, I think.
I was about to say a tight end.
Njoku,
yeah. And before that, it was. Did Amari come out before Philip Dorsett?
Amari.
I think this Dorsett did go in the first round, didn't he?
Dorsett
went in the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the speed.
Dorsett went and ran a 4.3. They were like, man, let's go. We want him.
No, the story I always remember, man, was Duke Johnson training with Dorsett. And that was the year Adidas gave them the fastest time Adidas was going to give them a car or something like that. Duke Johnson would train with Dorsett, and he would say, listen, man, we're running the 40, and I'm right there next to him. We go past the finish line. I'm right there. And this is the thing about the 40 that people need to understand. I'm there with him. 4-4 for me, 4-3 for him.
Yeah.
That's how close it is. That's how close these numbers that we be arguing about, right? That's how close it is. And we always talk about he's a 4-4 guy. He's 2-2-5. The man feels like he's neck and neck with Philip Dorsett, and the clock says 4-3 Dorsett, 4-4 Duke Johnson. And we argue about these times all the time.
We do, but I tell you what, I do remember this about Dorsett, because a lot of people have all that speed and they can't really move laterally. I remember seeing Dorsett go through drills, like, different ladder drills, cone drills, and I was like, God, like he was faster than everybody else. Like, it was nuts. So he had that combination where, or still has, I don't know if he's in the league or not, but he had that combination where he had that inline speed, but I mean, if you were doing a cone drill or shuttle drill or something like that, you ain't gonna beat him. So I think he was like a 4 flat guy on that type of stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's still in the league. He had the Patriots. He with the Patriots.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, X. You got a little feedback.
Yeah, I mean, now I say Dorsett is still in the league. He with the Patriots.
Oh, okay. He's still in the league?
Yeah.
Somebody done. Oh man! Shout out to old Willie Boston. Willie Boston with the pink $50, the pink $50 coming through with Willie Boston. Shout out to Willie Boston, man. Keep up the good work, Streeter.
Man,
ain't got no choice. Ain't got no choice, dog. It's how I feed. It's how I feed the gremlins. Ain't got no choice. X, the kids started school today.
Yeah. They started school.
Okay, so mine tomorrow. But now I ain't got no choice, dog, but to keep up the good work, dog. Ain't got no choice but to keep up the good work. But yeah, man, that's crazy. We're still third, and we almost didn't get nobody drafted last year, didn't we?
Yeah, barely. Yeah. I mean, we barely got somebody in the last round. That was crazy.
Woo!
And the crazy thing is, he gonna make it like he's gonna make a team. Mike Harley gonna make a team. Zach McLeod gonna make a team.
I
haven't heard anything
Zach
McLeod,
about, dog.
But remember, I kept saying, I say, man, a team gonna draft Zach. Or pick up Zach, and Zach gonna go in there and make the team. Because for one, Zach gonna work hard, and they're gonna put Zach as a 3-4 edge rusher, and which is where he belongs. And he gonna make a team.
Yeah, he's perfect for today's game. Perfect for how it's played.
You said Zach? You think Zach is perfect for today's game?
Yeah, when you have a speed edge rusher.
I mean, X, I'll defer that to you because you were already explaining what I was about to say.
Yeah, so you have the 3-4. You have the 3-4 defense. It's usually a 3 linebacker, with the 4th linebacker being a defensive end edge rusher linebacker. So that's Zach's position. Just think about a defense like what the Patriots used to have, or Pittsburgh. When they play a 3-4, they always have a speed edge rusher playing that outside linebacker position. He's rushing the quarterback most of the time. And he just
before he got out of here, he put on the weight needed to play that role.
Yeah.
That's what he's with. What team he's with?
The Vikings.
That is wild. If he stick, that's wild. Because man, they almost booed him. They almost booed him out of here.
Yeah. Everybody had some real.
Oh man, they had to completely gave up on that man.
But they saying Mike Harley went down with an ankle injury.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I didn't get that news, but I just see somebody put it in the chat.
Mike Harley got injured.
Yeah.
Listen, go ahead.
He'll be
Go
back.
ahead.
I was about to say, the thing with Mike Harley is it's not just the way he plays. It's about his personality, and he's one of those dudes who's just good for a locker room because of his leadership and people learning from just how he does things. So I think even with the ankle injury, I think even if he's he'll be good. He'll be in the league a couple years.
Harley,
Yeah,
I see it right here. Mike Harley. Mike Harley suffers ankle injury. Harley walked off the practice field Monday, accompanied by a trainer with the ankle injury. Chris Easterling of Akron Beacon was there. Harley made inroads. Harley made inroads during training camp due to injuries to several wideouts, but now finds himself sidelined. Well, that's so unfortunate. The undrafted rookie
yeah,
played 30 snaps and was not targeted in the Browns preseason opener against. He played 30 snaps the other night. Wow.
yeah.
And he did, but nobody threw him the ball. Okay.
Okay.
So listen, the show basically today was about TBD. TBD over on the 3,900 yards, 38 touchdown eggs. Last year he threw for 2,900. He played like 8, 9 games, 10 games, but he just played really well at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I don't know about 39. That's a lot. I would say maybe
Mark Will says over.
I say 35 under because we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball too. So I say 30 between 32 and 3,500 yards.
Right, because a lot of it is about attempts, right? It's about how many attempts you actually get, right?
Yeah. So first game we played Bethune-Cookman. He might throw for maybe 150, 200 because he's not gonna play the whole game. Second week, it might go up to about 200, 250. He might not end up playing that whole game. And then when you get to Texas A&M, he's going to play the whole game. You just got to say, maybe that's when the 300-yard game start right there.
Mm-hmm.
But we still going to run the ball. We can see that at practice. Like it's look like we're going to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we're going to run the ball more, but Mario just wants a physical. Mario come from the era where he likes the physical game of football. So running the ball is like you could wear a team down in the fourth quarter. They tired. They don't want to do nothing no more. They don't want to tackle. Just imagine you put that in the game in the fourth quarter. Now the defense is grabbing for air. Who finna sit there and try to tackle Thad? He coming at you full speed. Like, you see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he gonna take it back to the to that era. But I mean, I still think he gonna throw the ball a lot though. So I say between 32, 3,500. Maybe 35 touchdowns, 30, 35 touchdowns, stuff like that. So, throwing for 4,000 yards means the offense isn't producing much because that's a lot of attempts to get to 4,000 yards.
You say it means the offense isn't producing much?
I mean, not my bad. Not the offense producing her. That means the defense isn't stopping nobody.
Right. The defense isn't producing much.
The defense ain't stopping nobody. So that's why TVD was able to throw up a lot of those numbers last year too, because the defense couldn't stop nobody. So like, man, you got to go out there and score, and the running game wasn't good. So, if the running game is good, it'll help. It's gonna help TVD a lot. But I'm looking for a balanced offense, man. 3,000 yards passing, 3,000 yards rushing. We do that. Guess what? We're gonna be pretty good.
Joe Burrow threw for 5,600. Baker Mayfield threw for 4,600. And these guys were just pass happy. 5,600 is
they was in pass happy offenses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
5,600 is crazy. Rich, what you think?
So I'm right there with X. I'm gonna go under, but not too much. So I'm thinking 3,600 yards, And I'm thinking anywhere between 36 and 40 touchdowns would be great. And the reason I say that is, of course, as X mentioned, uh, if you are not, it all depends on what your defense is doing. So if you continuously are getting are 3 and outs on defense, yes, your offense is going to be in there a lot. So that would be a problem, number one. But number two, no, I'm sorry. If you're getting 3 and outs, that's actually a good thing. If you are um, sustaining drives as a defense where you can't get off the field, that's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I kind of look at it from Lamar Jackson in his Heisman season versus Baker Mayfield in his Heisman season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't even look at Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow had 2,000-yard receivers, and they had second string receivers, outside of those two that were pretty darn good as well. They had a running back out of the backfield who caught the ball. So they had a lot going on when it comes to passing the rock. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
compare that as much, but I do compare. Let's compare Lamar and Baker Mayfield. When Baker Mayfield won the Heisman, he threw the ball all around the yard, and first and foremost, he had 2,000-yard receivers or soon to be 1,000-yard receivers. He had CD Lamb and he had Rambo, if I'm not mistaken. So you had that going on. I think he had Rambo. I'm not 100% sure, but
Right.
they were loaded at receiver. Number one. Number two, every game had to be a track meet because their defense couldn't hold water. And you saw that versus the Georgia game. Sony Michel had like 6 carries for like 180 something yards by the
Right.
third quarter. So, um, if getting to 4,600 yards passing means um, having the worst run defense in the nation, then I don't want no parts of that. But when you look at the difference between Lamar and Baker, that offense that Lamar played in was more of a pro style offense, even though
Uh-huh.
it was spread. And you had balance on that offense with running and passing. And even to this day in the league, we see how far that's taken Lamar. Like a lot of people like to criticize Lamar because he's a running quarterback. But what they don't understand is Lamar actually knows what the heck he's doing because he's played in that offense. Whereas when Baker went to the Browns, you saw that they had to implement all type of different things um, to get Baker going. They had to go get Odell Beckham. They had to so he had all the chances in the world and all the talent in the world, and he still couldn't do what Lamar did.
Right.
So if TVD comes out of this experience this year with a better understanding of how a pro style offense works, and that raises his draft stock as well, I think he's going to be in a better position as opposed to trying to light the world on fire by setting the passing yards record for college football. So it's about the wins and it's about the functionality, the understanding of the game, because that's what's really going to matter at the next level.
Shout out to Rob9968. Say I appreciate y'all boys' content, man. We appreciate you, Rob, man, with the $5. Definitely appreciate it. Willie Boston say 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. Mark will say over. Mark will say 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns. If your defense is good and they're getting off the field and you're getting the ball back, right? What you're saying, eventually you're going to get up and then you start running the ball. So the attempts, you're going to hit the attempts. But last year we were down so many times. I think TVD just had a chance to just throw the ball around.
Yeah, and the run game wasn't good. So it was like, we got to throw the ball. That's the only thing that's really working.
So when Rooster became effective, a lot of that wasn't out the run. There were pass plays. It was like,
I mean, he ran the ball, but Rooster averaged 3.9 yards, 3 point something yards a carry. That's not a good run game. That's horrible.
Yeah, especially for him.
We was almost like near the 80s or the 90s in rushing yards per game. That's horrible.
90s. Kim said it last night. Steve Kim said it on the show last night. 90. It was like 90 something.
Yeah, so that's bad.
92nd.
You know, I can guarantee you, Mario and Coach Gaddis and Marlboro is not standing for that. Like it's gonna be, they're gonna run the ball.
How much of that was De'Aaron King not being able to throw the ball downfield?
You mean because he only played the first? He played the first 2 games and then got hurt.
Yeah, that's it.
He played the first 3 games.
3 games. He played against Michigan State, right?
Yeah, he played against Michigan State.
So he played the first 3, and then TVD came in, and TVD wasn't good the first 2 games, right? He was just a guy.
Well, I mean, Virginia TVD did. I mean, he didn't do great. He did have turned over some passes, but he threw the ball pretty good.
Yeah, and I remember us talking about, basically TVD being let loose, right? That was a topic of conversation last year, and I think what happens sometimes, especially at the quarterback position, is you got to find what your groove is. Like, for instance, Peyton Manning. Manning is one of those dudes who's like, I got to study every play on film that I get from the opposing team. And if I don't, I don't feel like I'm confident enough to go in the game and carve them up. But if I do, it's lights out. Can't nobody, you're not going to touch me.
Right.
Some guys are like that. Some guys are gamers where they're like, I don't need to really intricately study film like that. I just got to know the basics and understand coverages, and I'm going to go out there and do my thing. More so, I need to have a good week in practice. If I have a good week in practice, I'll be on. If I don't, then I'm going to be a little bit shaky with my confidence.
Go ahead.
I was going to mention TVD got in his groove where he came out and he talked smack. Why? Because he's very confident in what he could do. And once he started doing that, you saw TVD come alive and the team rally behind him and say, all right, let's line it up, and we're going to rally behind him. And that was kind of their battle cry.
Insane said teams are going to stack the box to stop the run and force our receivers to prove themselves. You got a goddamn TVD. What you think about that, X?
I pray they do that. I pray they stack the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so listen, I put out a tweet yesterday. Everybody going crazy about yesterday's practice. I said, yeah, yesterday the wide receiver they had a real bad practice, all of them. I say, look, our wide receivers was horrible last year too at fall camp until the 3rd game is when they started catching the ball. The wide receiver was horrible. That's 3rd game when we play Michigan State. That's when Rambo has a big game,
right?
And then so on and so on. Like, so I don't know why people get, man. I guess it's just something to cry about because they always want to cry about something. But I'm not worried about it. Receivers, I pray they do stack the box.
Yeah,
and he's gonna eat them up. He gonna eat them up.
I don't think that's possible. Put in the chat. Go ahead.
We got tight ends as well. We got running backs out of the backfield, so they could try to stack the box to stop, the run and more so not respect the receivers. But
man, you stack the box, you're gonna have situations when Brashad Smith run the wheel route and he's wide open because you got a slow linebacker sticking him.
Right.
Stack the box.
Same thing with the tight ends.
Yeah, tight ends, and then and you got a slow linebacker trying to cover Knighton out the box, Knighton out the backfield.
And we would love that.
Get him wide open. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yes, stack the box, please, dude, please.
I don't think that's possible though. I don't think a team comes in if you're a coach, right? X, you coached before. You're a coach. You're looking at Miami. You got to play them 3rd game. Texas A&M haven't seen much. You sit down and you say what? You say what? We're gonna try to stop TV. What do you say? Man, we're just gonna go out here vanilla and we're gonna see what they got. And you look at TVD. Well, we know they got TVD.
I think what you do is because you can't base off what you're gonna see from Bethune-Cookman game. Southern Miss, maybe you could base your scheme off of that one. But when you're looking at Miami, you just saying, let's play regular football. You know what I'm saying? We'll line up in the 4-3, 4-2, whatever, nickel, and let's see exactly what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If they run the ball a lot more, we can adjust. You know, that's why when we played Alabama last year, they seen their game and said, well, look, we know exactly how to stop the offense now. They can't really run the ball. So we going fall back. Let them throw the ball, because now they can't throw the ball either. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying to figure out, oh, okay, King on the run. Now they got maybe 2 spies spying on King. You know, and once TVD got in there, teams was like, well, hey, we don't think this guy, he's that. And they start seeing, they playing Rambo 1-on-1. TVD, him and TVD started carving defenses up. You know what I'm saying? And it made it a lot easier. So, I mean, once the season started and you look at, say, okay, well, they did 85 plays. 50 of those plays were runs. The 35 of them were passes. And then you kind of get an idea of what's going on. Like, oh, okay, well, we've seen this formation before. Maybe they're gonna do this play.
Right.
That's when you think about coaching in college. High school coaches, I don't know if they think like that. But coaching in the NFL, they think like that too. So, I mean, I stack the box, everybody.
So we're gonna be game time adjustments. Where the team look at what we do in the first quarter and see what those formations are, and then try to guess when we get back in those formations what's gonna happen when we're in those formations, which is a great thing to have, because now they have to worry about where the mismatch is, right? So that's more so the offense we're gonna be, where, just like you said, if we got a 250-pound linebacker and we got Rooster in the backfield, we go into that wheel route all day long, right? So, if we got Brashard in the game and you got a 6'3", 200-pound corner on him, that's dinner, right?
You says what? Dinner.
Yeah, man, we're gonna eat. So that's what we're looking at. If you got a team that goes to, predominantly safeties in a 3 lineman front, and we got Chaney in the game, what you think gonna happen? And we got 2 tight ends. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna, what I'm saying? So that's more so what we're gonna do, and teams are gonna have to adjust. And you love games like it's fun to watch games like that, because everybody could talk about those 5 or 7 plays that changed the whole game. And I hope, unlike last year where we was on the receiving end of people out scheming us,
right?
We could actually out scheme a lot more people. And now we're not talking about 4th and 14, right? But we're actually doing that to people instead of people doing that to us. So
right.
Yeah, the thing about that too is everybody going crazy, all the reports about wide receivers dropping passes. Well, yesterday practice we didn't get to see them do formations and all like that. They was dropping passes while running little routes and stuff.
Right.
So it'd be a lot different when they start getting into the scheme. Oh, here we're gonna go 12 personnel. We're gonna go 11 personnel. And
right.
you run the routes and stuff like that. And I think that's the situation that you need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because now if they dropping the passes while they doing all that, now we got something to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But Gaddis, man, I think the way Gaddis is gonna call the plays, he's gonna utilize every every aspect of TVD, the run game. And you know, if TVD is hot one game where everything he's connecting with, you know, I think he'll continue to go with TVD. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. If the running game is hot, they say we averaging 6-7 yards a carry. I think you continue to run the ball. That's good production right there. You keep running that ball until they stop you. You know,
Right.
I'm not gonna get y'all into the numbers, man, because I just want to win. The biggest thing with us, our defense was so bad last year that you had to rely on the pass. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really say, "Oh well, we're gonna run the ball only," and you know, try to shorten the game. Well, you do that and they score. What do we do? You know what I'm saying?
Right. We have one run play.
Yeah, I mean, every team knew that play. Like
up the middle.
Knew that play, man.
If you just get in here, man, 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with IOD squad, let's see what we got, man. Y'all, we need y'all to do this for me real fast. Everybody hit the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the alert bell. It's free. It's free to hit the alert bell. Hit the alert bell for us, man. Hit the like button. See if we can get this thing to 100% likes. Let's see. And if you want to join and become a member, because we're finna watch a clip from our Caneville experience. I think it's Caneville 4 is behind the member. It's in the member section. We're gonna watch a clip of that. If you want to join and become a member, man, you click the join button. It's right there by the subscribe button. It's right there. Should be right there in your face. So right now we got 160 watching. We got 80 likes. So only a hater wouldn't hit like for free right now. Okay. Only a hater wouldn't hit like for free. Shout out to Tim Grant. Shout out to Tim Grant. Shout out to James Wolford for hitting the like button. Shout out to OZ Kane for hitting the like button, man. Appreciate y'all, man. So yeah, hit the like button for us. And we're gonna listen to nice segue, X. So we're gonna listen to Restrepo Mom explains what's on what happens to his face when he gets hot. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about Restrepo.
Swelling. Like you said, the first time I noticed was when we interviewed him at the Alabama game. And I thought maybe Alabama roughed him up. You know, we thought Alabama was just...
Yeah.
but I recognized the other day that was there again. So could you, Restrepo Mom, tell people what your name is.
My name is Ashley.
Ashley. Is she going to explain to us what goes on with Restrepo's face when he practices?
Yeah, so anytime he gets exerted, anytime the blood flow is flowing and he's working out and he's exhausting himself, the blood flow, it makes the vascular veins, I guess, in his face swell up. He's at first when he was born, they first told us it was a strawberry hemangioma. Come to find out, we took him to Miami Children's Hospital when he was super young because it used to bother him in youth football as well. And it ended up being, it's called a vascular malformation.
Gotcha.
And basically, so when he was being born, they used forceps, and they actually ended up pinching a cluster of his veins in his face.
Right.
When they took him out. And we didn't know that until later on in life. When we went to see Dr. Duong at Miami Children's Hospital, but it's nothing, critical.
Really? He told you that later in life?
So
the doctors that did it didn't...
Oh, the doctors? No, I found out later in life.
Gotcha.
I had 5 years to basically, we could have filed a lawsuit and, all that stuff. But when it comes to the end of the day, money's not it's not everything. Unfortunately, he lives with it. He goes through it. And after the season, we look forward to actually getting more work done on it.
You remember the first time you saw it?
Oh, yeah. Man, I was freaking out.
How old was he?
He was 3 months. When he was born, you couldn't really see it.
He was really little.
Yeah, so and then he started having a little bit of bruising. So it didn't swell up when he was young. It just started bruising. And that's when we started noticing. That's when they said it was strawberry hemangioma and that it would go away.
Yeah.
And it never went away, obviously. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, we got you a soldier, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a soldier, though.
Oh,
but
yeah,
we appreciate that, yeah.
Oh, no, and he doesn't mind being asked. It's a part of him right now.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't... He takes it with a grain of salt, per se, so
right.
People can feel free to keep on asking him. It's okay. But it's not a bruise. It's not,
it ain't Alabama beating him up.
No,
okay.
it's not beating him up. Trust me. He'll do the beating up everything.
All right. Appreciate you, Ashley.
No problem.
All right, man. So listen, man. We're going to watch
nosy there, ain't I?
full practice today.
Nosy in the
we should have a lot for you today.
But no, She breaks it down. She's at every practice, man. She's one of the few parents that I see is at every practice. And kind of find out she lives across the street from me, X.
Oh, she do?
Yeah. Yeah. You live across the street from me.
81 is a walk-on. He's a walk-on. I don't even think his name is on roster.
Investor that, man. Day 6 full pass. They about to start clacking. We out.
Tell my 81 to walk on, dog. You wrong.
Yeah. I mean, no, he's a walk-on. I mean, we got some walk-on players out there practicing too.
No, we was trying to figure it out big time. We was trying to figure it out when we first started because he's a skinny little guy.
Yeah.
Xavier Restrepo, bro. Could we open up this season with Restrepo like being the go-to guy, bro? Like TVD athletes love him. He depends on him. He trusts him.
Yeah, I mean he's probably his safe haven, like Braxton Berrios was to Rozier.
And I remember saying this, not 4 months. Well, yeah, since the spring, and people was refuting me on it, and we were talking about Brashard versus Restrepo, and some people was giving Brashard the nod. I mean, I get it. Brashard is more talented. However, a new coaching staff, you want to go with the people you get. It's a balance. It's not just about talent anymore. It's about who you could trust to get the job done. Like Hunter Renfrow, right? There was a whole bunch of receivers that were much better than Hunter Renfrow on that Clemson team. But when you needed a 3rd and 3 and you needed somebody to bang out a slant for 4 yards, Renfrow was going to do that and catch the ball. It was automatic. Heck, you can start, just throwing him the ball if you need a first down as opposed to running. So you always need a guy who can move chains for you. Just like in the running back room. You got to have a guy who can fall for you. You can have all that flashy stuff, but if you don't have somebody who could fall forward for a first down, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because teams are going to exploit that. And they're just going to make sure that you don't convert on 1st and 2nd down. Then what you're going to do? So you really need that.
Yeah, I think you go into the first game not knowing who's going to be your go-to guy. I mean, or your number one receiver, and then it's not much at first game that you could tell because of Bethune-Cookman again. So the only thing we should be trying to get out of that game is the effort, level throughout the 4 quarters. How they play, stuff like that. How hard they playing. Is if a kid gets yelled at, what they do when they go to the sideline? Do they kind of shield themselves away from the rest of the team? Stuff like that. So you just want to look at the effort, and how hard the kids play, man. Then the second game against Southern Miss, you kind of look for it, but it's Southern Miss still, so it's like, hey, you ain't the number one receiver really because it's Southern Miss. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you get to Texas A&M, that's when you start saying, oh, okay, now we got a number one receiver because he's out here doing things and helping the team out. He's probably the best receiver, stuff like that. So, again, like I said, last year, the receiver corps didn't do nothing to Michigan State game, and we lost that game. Then the next game, we played the school, what you call them, the blind school or the what, something?
House of the Blind, Sisters of the Poor.
We played them, and then that's, TVD and Jake played an excellent game that game. So, and then you started to see, then the next game, oh, man, look bad. We lose to Virginia, and, now TVD started playing a lot better, but we'll get an opportunity to know who our go-to guy, who our number one receiver is by Texas A&M game.
I've told the story numerous times. I've told the story numerous times. And one more 786-405-9499. If y'all want to get down with Investor Die. About Restrepo family calling me when he played Little League. I think he played for Coconut Creek and he was little. And his uncle used to call me and tell me I had to come see him play. We were actually pretty cool. Football field, come on, man, you got to come to Coconut Creek. I'm not coming to Coconut Creek today. I got other stuff to cover. And they would call me or persistent. He would send me videos. He was really, and then I finally went to go see him play. Well, I think he came to PPO and I saw him play. And he was little and he made plays. And I was like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of talent on y'all team. He has to make plays, yada, yada, yada. And as he went up through the ranks, all he ever did was performed on game day, dog. Mm-hmm. That's it. I've been telling y'all this story since we picked him up. And I said once he got to high school, I'm not ever doubting him again. I don't give a damn who he playing against. He will find a way to make a play. We go into Alabama, getting our face stumped in. Who makes a play?
Restrepo.
To the tune where he gets to talk to the media after the game. I tell you this. If the way Mario talked about him yesterday, they're about to give him the opportunity. And he's about to blow the door wide open, X. Period. They're going to give him the opportunity, and he's finna take full advantage of it. I don't give a damn, because I'm looking at Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios, 55 catches, 679 yards his last year. That was his largest year. He's going to get – Restrepo's going to get open, and he's going to be a problem for the defense short. You know what I'm saying? He I think he hit Alabama deep, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. That was a decent pass touchdown against Alabama, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been telling the same story about Restrepo. He makes plays. He's going to do his thing. Some people just know how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
You got speed.
Some people are not afraid to play it.
Yeah, right. You got speed, you got height, you got strength, but it's a game that has to be played, and some people know how to play the game. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be if you give him opportunity, which he's about to get, he's going to do his thing. Now,
I mean,
does he drop back?
The same thing as Braxton Berrios. The same thing with Braxton Berrios, man. We knew he wasn't like the number one receiver, but he went out there and guess what? When Rozier needed a receiver, he was the guy. You just look at even going back to that Florida State game in 2017, I think. 2017 year, and Rozier on that last drive, he threw the ball 3 times to Braxton Berrios on that last drive, and then Braxton ended up having to come off the field because he kind of dinged up his leg or something. And I think another receiver, I'm forgetting his name, he ended up getting hurt that game. So that's when you got Langham come in, and then Langham catch the touchdown pass. But Braxton Berrios on that drive, it was 3rd down and something, and Braxton Berrios made an incredible catch to keep the drive going. So Restrepo is that right there. That's going to be Restrepo role. I mean, he's not. Don't look for him to have no what's the guy who played for Pittsburgh last year? Addison. Don't look for him to have no Addison numbers. Don't look for him to have no Devontae Smith numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just look for Braxton to be Restrepo to do maybe around 60 catches, maybe 60 plus catches, because he's going to be the safe haven for TVD. When TVD needs somebody on the 3rd down, I could trust Restrepo. Let me give him the ball.
Right.
And so it just be stuff like that.
And we will need other receivers to step up, because I did see in the comment Brian Hart mentioned, people starting to double team Restrepo and throw him off of his game. That's absolutely true. It's going to happen. So you do need more receivers to step up, and it's opportunity because you know what Restrepo is. And the
You
neat
see
thing
those
is
two guys in that picture right there, that 15 and 12.
Yeah.
We got receivers, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got receivers, man. You know, Street will tell you, anybody who's been watching Rashad, Jacoby, George, or Romello, we know Restrepo. We know we got some dogs. Like they gamers. When you get them in the game, they ready to play. You know what I'm saying? So
there you go.
You know, it's just, hey, they had a bad practice. Hey, sometimes you do have bad practices, but I think things gonna work out a lot. Well, I don't think they're gonna be trying. You can't really double team Braxton, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the way that the offense is gonna be set up, just imagine, trying to cover Will Mallory with a linebacker. That's a mismatch already. You know what I'm saying? Will Mallory gonna run right by him. Imagine them trying to cover Arroyo with a linebacker. That's a mismatch.
You know, with Avante the other day.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a mismatch. Then you got Knighton out the backfield. If they do something with that, that's a mismatch. Who's ever guarding him? I don't care.
Who's ever? It don't matter who it is.
Safety or running back. Or cornerback. It's a mismatch because Knighton probably gonna run right by him. So the offense, I think the offense will be very balanced. So you'll have probably two receivers with over 600, 700 yards receiving. A tight end with probably 500. Another tight end with probably 3. Knight might have like 400 yards receiving.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a real balanced offense like that. 2 running backs probably get close to 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The third one might have like 500. You got a balanced offense. I think people get too caught up in trying to have Madden stat numbers. Like this ain't Madden. It's real. It's the real game.
and if we have a fourth running back that has 150, 200 yards, but 5-6 touchdowns, I like that too. Because what does that say? That says you got a back who could get in the end zone.
I'm telling you, I'm
3
telling
yards
people
out
right now, man. I think Thad Franklin is gonna have a pretty good year because they gonna run him. It's gonna be hard for teams to tackle that guy in the fourth quarter, and he's a downhill runner. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine Mario and Coach Marburn and Coach Gaddis looking at that. They gonna get hyped. They getting hyped because they seeing O-line opening up holes and Thad running through people. Yeah, that's exciting to them.
Right.
So
it's gonna be a lot of poor little Timmy moments.
Yeah.
If you had to take a guess, Josh Gaddis' wife, black or white?
If I had to take a guess, I would say he went to Wake Forest, right? He went to Wake Forest. I say
he went to Wake Forest.
She white.
Yeah, I would say she's white.
If you would have said FAMU, then it would have been different.
Yeah, he went to Wake Forest.
She went to Wake Forest. She white.
Yeah. I mean, say, I've been to Wake Forest before. I see a lot of snow bunnies up there.
Her name Tessa. She black or white?
Her name Tessa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she gotta be black then. That's a ghetto name. That's a ghetto name.
Man. Nah, she's not black.
She not black?
No, she's not black.
Oh man, that's Tessa. That sound like a name from Lincolnfield. Tessa. I don't
even know if he's married. He may not even still be married. But nah, she's just like.
She hood white.
What we don't talk about, what we don't ever talk about is when you talk about these wide receivers, is how Brashard is still, when he touches the ball, he's a touchdown, even in practice. Like, touch the ball, you give him space, he gone. But we don't talk about that, I think, because we've seen it so much.
Yeah.
I think I think Josh Gaddis wasn't really high on our wide receivers when he got here. You know what I'm saying? But I think when the game starts, I think he's going to realize what he has by game 4, 5 when it comes to the skill set of Jacoby and what Bashard can do. Bashard is a football player that changes the scoreboard. He gets 6. He's not what Greg Cooper. Remember Greg Cooper used to always look like he was Bashard. Like he was always he'd be 30 yards. He gets you 44 yards. He gets you
Bashard gonna go get that. He gonna go get you 6.
He gonna get you. Bashard get you 6, and Bashard gets you 6 in the game. We still see it. Some plays it's like that's Bashard. He's gone, and nobody don't say anything. Go back to the huddle because I think we've seen it so many times. I think Gaddis will eventually figure out what he has and how does the tools look. They're not big guys, you know what I'm saying? But they have some attributes, especially George and Bashard. They got some South Florida attributes that just embedded in them from what they've been through, the gauntlet that they've played, in youth football and high school football. I'm excited to see Bashard, bro.
And then not the change subjects, but just when we was talking about Romello, Jacoby, and Bashard, the ad with James Smith, Cam Kitchens, Leonard Taylor, those guys are gamers. When you put them in the game, they ready and they make plays because that's just what they've been doing all their lives. People who've been asking me about Leonard Taylor, and crazy as it may sound, Leonard Taylor was our most productive defensive tackle last year on the team.
Right.
And he barely played. So you just I'm not worried about Leonard Taylor. Obviously he does need to up his work ethic in practice and stuff like that. But when he gets in the game, Leonard Taylor's going to be very productive. You know what I'm saying? And then it's going to be kind of hard to take a very productive player out when you're very, very, very productive. You know what I'm saying? So, but those kids, man, a lot. Like I said, I've been saying this since they got here, man. Those kids all came from winning programs where they didn't lose. So it was hard for them watching a team that they're on lose. That's why once they got in the game, each one immediately did something, made plays. Man, the Bashard Smith, like you to say, man, every time you look up Bashard Smith running wide open to the end zone, you like, wow. Well, lastly, why you ain't been doing this the whole season? You know what I'm saying? Oh, then Jacoby George getting in the Duke game, and he's our best receiver that game outside of Rambo. Oh, lastly, why Jacoby George wasn't in the game? You know what I'm saying? You see what happened once Cam and James got in the game. Immediately. They made impacts immediately. So, obviously, the defensive side of the ball coach still does want to do a lot of rotation on the defensive line. Man, maybe each D lineman might get 30 snaps apiece, stuff like that, because he does want to rotate the D line just to keep them boys healthy at the end of the season. So,
right. So listen, man, before we get out of here, bro, we got a couple big high school games this weekend. Cardinal Gibbons and Chaminade. I don't know if that's going to happen because the brawl that they had at Chaminade this weekend with Ely. You got to check on that. You also got Orlando Jones and Northwestern. I think that's Saturday.
Mm-hmm. The 20th.
Orlando Jones, Northwestern Saturday. You got Edison and Miramar. That's Friday. Berlin, Gulliver, Norland versus Dillard. That Norland versus Dillard game is interesting to me, dog. I would want to see the young kid. Remember we brought the young kid on here, Inyo Yapor.
Yeah.
Yep, Inyo Yapor. We be early on these things. I know when y'all be sitting back, y'all be just looking and like, who's this kid? And we be real early. Then 247 started saying his name 3 years later, and y'all act like he the best thing since sliced bread. But we be kind of early on this stuff, all right?
Hmm.
The young kid in your poor is at Miami Norland, and Heidelberg is a great offensive coordinator. I would love to see if them versus Dillard. Dillard has stacked stacked their team. They're a very big team up front.
You say they played Dillard this week or Friday?
They played Dillard Saturday.
Saturday.
What time? No. They played Dillard Thursday. Dillard and Norland Thursday at 6 p.m.
Okay, so I check that one out. Man.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real good one.
Yeah, Dillard and Norland Thursday at 6
Dillard?
p.m.
They play at Dillard.
Huh?
They play at Dillard.
I think it's at Dillard. I would have to check.
Well, one thing I would say with like any of your poor, I've heard you talk about him for 2 or 3 years, and does he kind of have the same fate as like Tiger? Because he very talented thrower.
Well, I think he's taller. He's taller than Tiger right now. He's not finished growing. He's not done growing.
Yeah, I think he was always the biggest kid on the field. So we're assuming he keeps growing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He should be a huge kid, but we're assuming that he keeps growing.
Yeah, and it's his sophomore season, right?
Yeah, sophomore season.
Okay.
He's been playing varsity football since 8th grade. Probably he's the third quarterback. He threw for almost close to 4,000 yards last year.
Last year where?
You had him at Champagnat.
Champagnat. He was the quarterback that would take Champagnat to state.
Yeah, he was at Champagnat. So you had him, Tiger, and you had Collins at Western. All three of those guys threw for almost 4,000 yards. It was like they was kind of battling each other to see who's going to have the most yards.
Right.
And guess what? They all back this year. So
you got American Heritage versus Los Alamitos out of California.
Oh, yeah.
They went undefeated last year, but they lost 2 games. They lost 2 games, but they were basically undefeated in California, and they lost to John Bosco. It looked like it had to be state championship or maybe game before state or something like that. That game is at
big.
CJ is like 6'6", I think, right now.
That game is in Cali, huh?
Now somebody asked how tall is CJ. CJ is 6'6".
Oh man, CJ looked like he looks like he's gonna grow another inch or 2, man. That man looks a monster, man.
CJ might have to get on that basketball court, man. He 6'10".
He doesn't look like he's finished growing, bro. I don't know. I don't know what happened with CJ, but he just you feel me?
Oh yeah,
listen, bro.
I would definitely bet with the West on Jones. I'll definitely put my money on the West. I mean, that's you know.
You like the West to beat Jones?
Of course.
Yeah, that's Malik, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody else we know on this team?
They got a good tight end over there. That's
I
think a 3-star or something like that, 3 or 4.
And that
Saturday?
one is it in Orlando. That's it, Orlando at the
Saturday. I might have to ride up there. Ride up there. I talked a lot of trash about Jones AD and Jones coach. See if they'll let me in the game. Might have to ride up there. Might have to ride up there, man. I think they're worth riding up to, man. Jones is like this prestigious traditional school in Orlando. Like Northwestern is the most prestigious traditional school in Miami. I don't remember them ever playing. I can't recall ever seeing them play. So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fired up. Great atmosphere. I'm sure it will be. So I might take that ride, bro.
Yeah, the last time Northwestern played them was in 2019 in the playoffs. And of course Northwestern won.
They wasn't even that good that year, I think. It wasn't close, was it?
It was 34-19.
Okay.
And Jones did have a pretty decent squad.
Right.
So we'll see.
I was talking regular season. But no, I may have to take that trip up there. But listen, man, y'all get up. Insane say Los Alamitos is really good. Y'all get up out of here, bro. I appreciate you. Anything else y'all want to say, bro?
Ain't nothing. That's it, man. We football season. You can smell it. Smell it in the air. I can feel. Smell. You know what the song? How the song? That's one of the hardest intro songs.
Feel it in the air, yeah.
I love that thing when they come on at the stadium, man.
What you talking? Who's seen the song?
Feel it in the air.
Feel it in the air.
In the air tonight, Phil Collins.
That boy say feel it in the air. Let me see.
I just want to ask real quick. So, if we 5 recruits that you could think of that we are in position to land. X.
You say 5 position groups. Say it again.
5 recruits that we are in a good spot or a good position to land that has not committed yet.
My first one is obviously Pancake, Samson, him. My second one, Nicholas Harbor. I still love. I think I love that a lot more than any other one besides Pancake. Ruben Bain, obviously, I don't even know if you want me to put that one in there. So I won't put Ruben Bain in there, but obviously he's one. I'm starting to feel kind of good about the Dickey kid, the receiver from out of out there. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of feel good about that. I'm hearing some good things about that from some people. Who else? Defensive line. I kind of feel good about David Hicks. I feel good about him.
Okay.
I just think it all boils down to getting those kids on visits during the season to see exactly what's going on. Get them at a game, see how things go, stuff like that. And who else?
He hit you with a 5-piece, huh? Good Lord. That boy, he ain't even.
The Damari Brown, cornerback, is at American Heritage. I feel real good about him being a Hurricane. So and then he's a position that the fan base go crazy about. Oh, we ain't getting no cornerbacks. We not. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a harder question. So, Tyler Williams. It says on Kings County that we're trying to get him to on a visit for his last visit. He's a receiver out of Lakeland.
Yeah, that's one of the kids. Lance Leggett was telling us about
months ago.
I kind of think that's a Georgia lock. I think he already locked in with Georgia.
Okay.
Maybe if he does come on a visit, you can see how things go. But I think it's a Georgia lock all the way.
Okay. Well, the question with that one is, with him on a visit, do you still think that some of those, like some of the guys who committed, like William Fowles, Hakeem, who's not committed yet, but is leaning other places. Do you think that we kind of chase those recruits down and get one of those guys back, in the fold?
I think they're gonna go to the wheels fall off with Hakeem. And eventually I kind of, I think I said this before I started saying I think he'll go to Pittsburgh or Texas A&M. I kind of feel like Hakeem might want to stay home. I kind of feel that way, but it's something about Pittsburgh. Every time I talk to him and you mention Pittsburgh to him, it's like it's almost like he woke up for Christmas or something. So
Hakeem,
yeah,
right.
And then Texas A&M, man, Jimbo, man, you just can't count Jimbo out of the game. So you just got, I think the staff's still there. They still obviously talking with Jaylen Brown. Mm-hmm. They still talking with Brandon Ennis, stuff like that. But Brandon Ennis, he's locked in with Ohio State. Jaylen Brown's locked in with LSU. It'd have to be something dramatic to happen for those guys to flip and come to UM.
Gotcha.
But we will be in good shape, man. I think the prize is the 24 receiving class. You know what I'm saying? Because you go get those guys.
That's an awesome transition, X. Josiah Schrader and Jeremiah Justin.
Yeah.
This is an awesome transition because you was talking about air tonight, And that team, that Ravens team that we're going to get to interview, that's how they used to come out before every game, with Josiah Trader and Jeremiah Johnson and CJ and Davion Gauls. And this is the night the team White House from California came to Pace and played against that Ravens team. And that was their thing. I think Jeremiah was zero. That was zero. But that's how they always would come out.
Yeah.
I can feel it coming in the air.
We live, baby. We live. We got the number one man. We got Ravens in the nation. This is the White House out of California. Gaucho.
Yo!
We trying to get 4 of these kids, 5 of these kids, 6 of these kids.
Who else is there? Who else is there?
Football bill. We live.
But yeah, the head coach was Rod Mack. The head coach was Rod Mack. Rod Mack, former University of Miami player. So he coached these kids. He coached Jeremiah, Josiah Trader. I tell you guys all that. CJ. And their whole thing was in the air tonight. That's how they would come out.
Yeah, Timmy. James Madison good. He's another receiver. I don't think he gets brought up a lot. Him and Chance, who's at St. Thomas too. Both of those guys are good.
Yeah, Chance Robinson too. And if you're not used to watching youth football in South Florida when he gets hit, it's something to see, though. Look at this shit.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby!
That's the Miami Central. Look, I'm gonna rewind this for y'all. Miami Central whole coaching staff is there. You football in South Florida is serious. If you never experienced it, youth football in South Florida, like on this stage, on the left-hand side, you're gonna see Patty. Miami Central whole high school coaching staff is there. And these were 13-year-olds. But look at the stand. When did they get to the field?
Let's go, baby!
How tall number 11 is. God.
That was quarterback. You see Patty, that's the whole staff right there.
You know, the thing that makes me laugh about this is, could you imagine being a kid on the other sideline?
They were from California, White House. They were really, really good too.
We live, baby. Football bill. White House.
Sure they were.
13U. Been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, but it's here now.
It's like chaos, right? I mean, if for the other kids, if you never, that was Bullet right there. Davion Gauls, number 7. Number 11 is the quarterback, the Summoner, PJ. And a lot of times those teams haven't witnessed a ruckus atmosphere like that at a youth football game. To them,
right?
You can see it in their eyes. Sometimes it's like, holy shit, like what's going on? This look like it's about to get out of hand. Right, because it's just not what they're used to. Even though they come from Cali, they play in these big games. But now, because everything is national now, it's turned a little different. But no, man, they were one of the best teams. The White House, Gaucho, they were one of the top teams in the nation. They had defeated a team from Cali that had defeated Wilmington Pilots team. So Ravens beat the Wilmington Pilots. Then the Gauchos was like, well, y'all ain't beat us. We beat them. So it was like, all right, well, come see us. Come see us
Line that
next
up.
year.
Line it up.
And they lined it up, and they was here first game. It was a good game, but the Ravens took them down. But University of Miami trying to get a lot of those players off that team. And the thing is, man, there's a lot of kids on this Gauchos team who probably big time West Coast players. Yep, they're probably big time West Coast players. The quarterback was really good. That's where I I don't know, man. That's how football started. That's my thing, man.
You can look at the kids too. You can look at the kids for the Gauchos, and you can tell from the physical development perspective, they're developed.
No, they're always bigger than our kids. Those
yeah,
kids
but when you look in their eyes, you look in their eyes, they like, what the fuck is this? so they could physically they're there, but mentally they're like, holy
it's just
shit.
a different it's a different atmosphere, and it's something to see. It's Rutgers. You would think the kids will come right out and come jump right in your face, and it's not a fighting thing. It's just how we play football here, bro. Citizen, man, we're hearing Citizens out a lot for a long time, Don. Don, you're a football villain, bro. You could have just asked that in the group meeting. Like, he'll come here live. I think Citizens is out for a minute, man. We heard he was in a lot of pain. We hear Isaiah Horton wasn't as bad. He'll be back soon. But that's football, bro. I mean, I've seen it too many times. I mean, so you got the staff around it. You got the doctors, so they'll bring them back. And it's just football, man. You're gonna have to endure and persevere. You're gonna have to endure and persevere. That was my man from Under the Radar. A lot of people don't know Under the Radar guys are black and they're not white. A lot of people don't know that. But these atmospheres, how Footballville was created, bro, and they don't get old. CJ Chaminade, quarterback, was number 11. Number 7 was Davion Gauls, Bullet. I think JJ was 00. I mean, they had Josiah Trader. They had, they had everybody at this point. They had them built their team up to it was number 1 team in the nation. And now those kids will be headed to college soon. So listen, bro, we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Rich, 786-459-499. Y'all want to get down with ILD Squad, just send me a text, say ILD Squad, and I'll lock you in. We've added one-on-one, so you can have one-on-one. We can talk. Just click the link in the top of the comment section, and you can schedule a one-on-one or get in the ILD Squad Discord. I showed you at the beginning all the games in our game section, people getting money, but you got to be in it to win it. So don't put off tomorrow. Something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D, and I'm out of here. Wait up, E1. You say what's the top 3 youth football teams you ever seen in South Florida Street? Oh, in South Florida. Yeah. The Fort Lauderdale Hurricane team with Amari Daniels. This Ravens team was really, really good. And I would say James Williams, when he was little, team 5 years straight undefeated. And they had Palomalo, James Williams. They had Chavo. They were Bunch Park, and then they turned into the Miami Gardens Bulldogs. 5 years straight undefeated. I would say those 3. And if I'm leaving somebody out, man, my bad, man. But it's been some really, really good teams in South Florida. Give you a heads up, this Strong Arm 13U team that kind of joined with the Lauderdale Lights Vikings are really, really good. Go check them out. The Golden Army. This is their last hurrah, and they're going to be really, really good this year. So listen, man, I'm out of here.